another word that's been bandied around, and we talk about illegal immigration here. Now, you have said that if you get in, then you will reverse that. There will be no Rwanda deal, which is fine, but deportation of illegal immigrants is a physical process.
Yeah.
They arrive with no passports, so the process can't really begin. It's going to be long drawn out, but they are illegal immigrants into this country. If it is a physical process, what are the Labour Party going to do to actually deport these people, and where to?
Yeah, well, look, thank you for raising that, because this is a really serious issue. As Harry put to Rishi Sunak, the numbers this year of people crossing in small boats are record numbers under this government, and nobody but nobody should be making that journey across the channel. Nobody. It's a breach of our borders. It's also, I think, a matter of national security, because the government should be deciding who comes to this country, and we need to know who it is that's coming to this country. So we have to deal with it. I take it very seriously. I accept it's a test of government, which I think they're failing, but it is a test of anybody who wants to be in government. And I've looked very carefully at this. There are criminal gangs that are running this trade, making a fortune putting people in those boats, and we have to take those gangs down. Now, Jonathan, before I was a politician, I was the chief prosecutor for England and Wales for 5 years, prosecuting all of the cases in our criminal courts in England and Wales. But I had to deal with things like terrorism, where there were very serious gangs running terrorism, sometimes in this country, which we had to smash, but also involving countries in Europe. We put together law enforcement, police, security and intelligence teams, and we took those gangs down. These were very sophisticated terrorist gangs. I do not accept that it's impossible to take down the gangs that are running this vile trade. And that's why, in the first few days of government, if we're privileged to come in to serve, we will set up a border security command, a new command with counter-terrorism powers to work on that. I've done it before. I know how it's done. I think it can be done again, and that way we can stop people coming here in the first place. On the question of returns, because you raised that, which is very important, the number of people being returned to where they came from has dropped off by 44% under this government. So on the first few days in government, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put the staff back in the returns unit. I'll make sure that we've got planes going off, not to Rwanda, because that's an expensive gimmick. They will go back to the countries where people come from. That's what used to happen.
Where? I mean, it's so hard to do.
Well, at the moment, people coming from countries like Bangladesh are not being removed because they're not being processed. Well, the only way to stop the boats is to smash the gangs that are putting people in boats in the first place.
Is it really the only way to get it? Because the National Crime Agency have made very clear, that a deterrent is also required. Not just the work they're already doing, and there is already a border command, really, isn't there, in the Home Office?
No,
you want to bring it. I accept you want to bring in the security services, who are already stretched, but I accept you want to widen it. But isn't the point you need a deterrent? You need a deterrent as well as returns. That is what the experts are saying.
Yeah, but
what's your deterrent going to be?
A deterrent to not go to Rwanda. At the moment, people know that if they get here, they're basically here for life.
Well, that's what
because